Good morning and welcome to another day of vlogmas. So I have woken up a little bit earlier than I normally do this morning because usually I work out after work, but lately I haven't been feeling the spark. There goes my alarm. Alexa, stop. So I'm gonna try and do a Pilates workout before work and see how that goes. Of course, the day I choose to do this, I wake up and my back hurts, but we're gonna persevere. So I'm gonna get dressed. Well, my camera kept turning off for some reason. The battery is charged. I don't know why, but I tried to film some Pilates. Oh, my back hurts. But I did it. Now I'm going to drink a protein shake and get ready for my workday. I am currently sat at my desk and working, and I decided I'm gonna have some PB&Js for breakfast and work on my energy drink. I'm so tired. That's the problem with working out in the morning, is I don't feel like ready to go after. I just feel very sleepy. So that's the vibe. And now I'm gonna eat my PB&Js. I've got a best friend over here licking me because I spilled jelly on my shirt. So she's cleaning up the leftovers. Thanks. So we're just chilling. I'm on break from work. I'm still pretty sleepy, so we're just having a little chill break. And exactly before I have to go back. It's so hard to go back to work after break because we just snuggling. Just my baby. But unfortunately work calls and I'm so tired. It is cold out today, so I put on my knockoff Udi. And we got the last Chewy box of the season, so I thought we could open it together. So the first thing we have is this dinosaur rope toy, and let me open him so you can see him properly. Because he is so cute. I'm obsessed with him. But this is what he looks like. He's wearing a little Santa hat. So I actually have two of them. One is for Cooper. This will be his stocking toy. And then one is for my cousin Jason's dog. I buy for a lot of dogs. But Cooper will love this, I think. So, super excited. And then we have Peppermint Lick and Crunch cookies. So this is for my aunt's dog. And with that, I am done shopping for dogs. So all the dogs in my life are taken care of. And again, I just think this guy is so cute. I'm done with work. Oh, here's my jealous girl. I'm done with work and I'm giving Koopy some pets because he's not a snuggle dog, so he doesn't come on the couch. But after work, I like to lay on the floor and just give him some snuggles because secretly he likes it. But yeah, so that's what I'm currently doing. Bella's right here because she hates when I give Cooper pets and not her. But we're about to go sit on the couch together for like hours. So she's going to be fine, I promise. Hi, Bells. But yeah, this is the vibe right now. My back hurts really bad for some... Okay. My back hurts really bad for some reason. Ever since I did Pilates this morning, it just is killing me. So I've been icing it all day. I think I'm covering the mic with my hand. And I have a pain patch on, and I took some ibuprofen, so I'm taking things easy. Also, my stomach's been off all day, so I'm just gonna take things easy, getting Koopy kisses, and this angle is terrible. I am just throwing some stuff in the wash. That is everything Bella has peed on this week. Well, I guess, no, it's all this week. It wasn't easy. Potty training Cooper was one of the most frustrating things I've ever done. But Cooper is so well potty trained. He lets me know when he needs to go out. He never has accidents. I can't think of a single accident he's had since he was a baby. He's just so good. And then I get Bella. And Bella was around... She would have been a year, almost 2 years old when I got her. I got her in May, and she turned 2, according to her DNA test, around the summertime, I think. So around that time, so she would have been close to 2, and she was not potty trained, and it has been a struggle. We are much better off than we were. Her alerts to go outside are you have to be paying attention, because Bella paces during the day. That's nothing new, but when she needs to go outside, she'll pace. And so you have to pay attention and see if it's a different kind of pace. And if you're not paying attention, she will just go to the bathroom in the house. She has accidents all the time. And then she sleeps in the crate at night. So at night, she has well, actually, we haven't had an accident at night in a long time. But if she has to go in the crate during the day, like I leave for a little bit, I almost always come home to an accident. I don't know. I take her out before, so I don't know if she's stressed. I don't know what's going on. But the past, I would say, 3 months have been really bad. I mean, I'm always coming home to something, but overall, she's a difficult one to potty train. And we're so much better than we were, because I try and keep us on a routine so that she's going out every few hours anyways. And then she will alert kind of if she has to go out, so that's helpful. And then she's not having accidents at night so much, so that's helpful. I mean, I used to wake up and it would just be a nightmare. But we've come a long way since then. She used to sleep in my kitchen at night, and she would just all over the kitchen. So she sleeps in my bedroom now, and she's a lot calmer in there. She feels a lot safer. But it's still rough. We're still working through it. I've had her since last May, so a year and a half. But I try and give grace, because Bella came from nothing. Bella was a bait dog. So, can you see my glasses heating up from the dryer? I'm going to get out of the laundry room. So, as I was saying, Bella was a bait dog, we think, based on the scars on her body and just the way that she behaves. And especially when she first came to me, that was rough. And she came skin and bones, had to go through refeeding. And then I picked her up because she was not doing well. So some dogs can live in the shelter. Like, how do I say this? Let me tell you the story of how I got Bella. She came for her story time, but I thought we could get cozy here and talk about it. So essentially, my cousin started working for a dog rescue. So I went and followed them on Facebook. and they post dogs every single day. And don't eat that. Literally right in front of me trying to eat a pen. But they post dogs every single day, and it's heartbreaking because you want to save every single dog. But I had Cooper, and Cooper is a handful. He was then. He's not anymore. He's 5 now. But he definitely had his moments. And so I knew, I knew what puppy I wanted next. And I was actually on a waiting list for a puppy. Cooper was the only dog I've ever had in my whole entire life. I got him during the pandemic in 2020 when I first lived on my own. I had my very own apartment, and I got a dog the month after I moved in. And Cooper and I have been like this ever since. He is my whole world. So I knew that I was gonna get a second dog eventually, but like I was really enjoying my time with Cooper. And then I put my name on a puppy waiting list. And it was like, for the puppy I wanted, it was like gonna be a year. So I didn't anticipate getting a puppy. And then they posted Bella on the rescue page. And I'm gonna put the picture here that made me cry. I'm not gonna put any pictures of her when she first came to the shelter and she had been horribly abused. But when I saw that picture of Bella, there was something inside of me that broke. And I might cry. But when I saw her, I just knew that I had to be the one to save her. So essentially what was going on is that Bella had come to them starved, and they couldn't put weight on her because all she did all day was spin in the crate. She didn't like the overstimulation of the shelter. She was terrified. Her tail used to be curved because she kept it tucked at all times. And she was bones. And so they had her on medication, and they were trying to calm her so that they could put some weight on her, and they were begging for a foster to take her out of the shelter because that could help her calm down enough to save her. And when I saw her photo, I just knew that she was meant to be with me. And so I picked her up, and it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. You don't realize how hard it is to rescue a traumatized dog until you rescue a traumatized dog. And then it is hard. I cried every single day for a long time. I got advice from everyone that I knew. I'd never had a dog other than Cooper before. So the idea of a dog sleeping in a crate at night was heartbreaking to me. Cooper and I snuggle every single night, and I couldn't imagine putting Bella in a crate at night, but she's not safe to be around when she is sleeping at night. She has sleep startle, and so it's not safe. She's reactive. And so my number one priority is keeping Cooper safe. And so I cried and put her in a crate at night, and it has been night and day for us. She does take daily anxiety medication. She and Cooper are not friends, but they're not anything else. Like, they're not enemies per se, they're just not friends. Bella's best friend is an Australian Shepherd named Hazel, who I'll put a picture of here. A picture of the two of them. And I would say Cooper's best friend is Maple Pancakes, who I will also put a picture of here. However, Hazel is a very close second for him too. Bella deserves the friendship of Hazel. She deserves to have a friend. And watching Bella grow over the past year and a half has made every second of it being hard worth it. Like, right now, she's literally walking around my house, and for the first several months of her time here, she would not leave my couch. She did not go anywhere except my couch. And now she runs and plays during the day. She'll explore every part of the house except the front bedroom. She hates the front bedroom. And for how hard it's been, it is just so rewarding to see her flourish. I mean, she's at weight. So the vet is actually said she's a little chubby, but I'd rather have, I'm looking at her, she's staring at me, and I'd rather have my girl a little chubby than what she came to me as. She chews up everything. Anything you leave on the floor is fair game. One of the very first things she chewed up was my Tory Burch sandals, and if you don't know what those are, they are hella expensive, and she chewed those up. I think also I said I brought her home to foster her, and I did foster her from the month of May until the month of September. And in September, I was at a conference in California, and I got a phone call that asked me to bring Bella to an adoption event they were having. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm in California. And they were like, okay. And I said, can you send me the paperwork to adopt her? Because the idea of bringing Bella to an adoption event was unfathomable to me. No one else is her mom except me. So I adopted Bella last September, and so she's been with us since. And like I said, it has not been an easy journey. But when I look at where we started, it has gotten a lot easier. So I'm hopeful that it gets easier as we keep going, because I have to give myself grace, and that it's only been a year and a half. So that puts Bella around 3 years old. And the first year and a half of her life was spent in, as a bait dog. So at least the first year of her life. So I have to remember that she did not learn how to be a dog until she literally came to my house, because this was the first house she's ever been. This is the first house she's ever been in. And so it's really great. This has been an unintentional Bella rant. But even though it's hard in many aspects, it's still worth it to me. And I think that's what's important, is that I would not go out and tell anyone to adopt a dog with Bella's history, especially not as their second dog ever in their life. I mean, Cooper was already really hard for me, being the first dog ever in my life and being as stubborn as he is. Bella was and still is and has been a roller coaster. But I will say it is very rewarding and very worth it. Right now, she is playing with my slipper. She's running across the house playing with my slipper. That dog did not exist when I first brought her home. And it just makes it worth it. Please watch this. Spoiled brat. You spoiled brat. So just like I mentioned earlier, I attach, you can't see it, but I attached the peanut butter to the crate like that. As you can see, Bella has already gone in. And then she gets a jerky stick. And then I'm left in bed with a boopy. Yeah. You ready for snuggles? Okay. Okay. Good night from me and Koopy. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today, and we'll see you in the next vlogmas.